Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to another episode of Chats with Harry and Ishra. And we're so excited that you decided to spend your evening with us tonight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Are you excited that they are listening?
Super excited.
Let's see like your most excited expression.
Expression.
Yeah.
Why?
Like let's just see, like let's do something. Let's know you're excited.
Excitement is internal excitement. It doesn't matter.
Let's see your external.
So man.
Guys, Harry for you. So today we want to deal and tackle the issue of work-life balance. And I love this topic because I think that in life we're all trying to achieve a sort of balance, right? Because life is so busy. And because of how busy life is and because of how much we juggle at the same time, we all sort of desire to have, I feel like I'm sitting very close to you.
Yeah, it's good.
So like I can't look at your face. So I think that we're all trying to achieve a sort of balance because life is so many things we are juggling. So we're trying to put everything down and try and balance it all. But the few attempts that I personally, I think Harry as well, I've tried to balance our lives. We realize that it's still unbalanced, and it's just so difficult to seem to balance it. So we came up with a theory that works for our marriage, that works for our life, and works for our family. So, babe, do you want to describe it?
Yes, we came up with the idea that it's, like you said, it's not possible to balance every single aspect of your life equally.
Yes.
So when we think about balance, we are not thinking about giving everything an equal amount of attention.
Yeah.
That's not how we see balance. We see balance more as in developing a list of priorities, or in a certain sense, hierarchy.
Yeah.
And for that, we believe that with that we can achieve balance.
Yeah.
Because sometimes with the idea of having balance, like okay, maybe I'll give 20% to this, I'll give 20% to that, to this, to this, to that, to that. I think that it's very difficult.
Yeah.
And because for every one of us, something out of the list of things that we want to do is always a priority.
Yeah.
Something is always a big deal for us. Something is always a deal breaker. Mm-hmm. So it is then not possible to be able to give everything an equal amount of attention.
Yeah.
Because there will always be something that's a deal breaker. You have to then determine what that is.
Yeah.
We have what that is for us.
Yeah.
You have to determine what that is for you as well to be able to create that kind of balance.
Yeah. Can I chip in?
Yeah, sure.
And the thing about balance is that I think that there are so many, like we mentioned, there's so many things that we are juggling. But you also realize if you take an inventory of your life that the things that are important in one season, in the next season of your life, they are not important. There are things that are a priority in one season, and the next thing they are not important. Like if I'm pregnant in one season, it's for a season, and that season is not coming again. Like I'm not going to get pregnant again. I'm done. Good job. I've contributed 3 human beings, lovely girls, into this world. So I think that we've played our part.
Oh yes, we are done.
Right?
Oh yes, more than done.
God, we're in search of a miracle, but not, of childbirth.
Okay.
Just must be fruitful in other areas of our lives.
Yes.
Come on, God. Yes. So, like I was saying, so there's some things that are important in one season. In another season, they're not important. So, we develop, like how you mentioned, a work-life hierarchy. Because for us, there are certain things that can't be on the same level. There are certain things that are impossible to be on the same level. So for us, we place God at the beginning or at the top of our hierarchy system. Babe, why do we do that?
I mean, for us, we believe that God is extremely important. We believe that He's the number one person in our lives.
Yeah.
We believe, first of all, we believe that He exists. Mm-hmm. We believe that it's important to have a relationship with Him.
Yeah.
And we believe that relationship, it helps us to define who we are.
Yes.
It helps us also be able to define our purpose and our mission in life, without which our existence would be very frustrating and futile. Mm-hmm. And so we believe that God is important. He must be number one. He's ultimate. We put him first in everything that we do. We prioritize him above every other thing else. We believe that nothing can replace his role in our lives and our relationship with him. Because without him, first of all, we don't exist.
Yep.
And so why not put the one who created our existence as first? And so for us, that is very important. Our relationship with God is extremely important. We're not just talking about being religious.
No.
That's why we didn't say church is important. We said God is important, because having that relationship with him is very important. That is what gives us the fulfillment. That is what helps us to be better. That is what helps us to love better, to relate better, to treat our families better, to treat other people better. And for Inshira and I, if we didn't have that relationship with God, I think that we would definitely have sucked being parents and even being married to each other. It would have been extremely difficult.
Be this person, guys.
So we put God first, and we just want to encourage you as well to make God number one. He has to be the priority. He can't be an afterthought. No. He has to be a priority as well.
God is number one. Like I think about my life, and I think about the type of human that I am, and I'm only here because of grace. And the person I am is only a fruit of God. Is the fruit that I've gotten just because I live a submitted life to God. I'm a better wife because of my relationship with God. I can love my husband the way I do. I can look at only him and him alone. I can devote my life to him. I can submit to him because of my relationship with God. I can be the type of mother that I am because of my relationship with God. I can forgive, I can trust, I can do all these things because of my relationship with God. And I think that it's important for us as individuals, as families, like you mentioned, to place God above. So God is at the top of our hierarchy system. God cannot be balanced with everything else. God is not at the same level with my work. God is not at the same level with any other thing in my life. God is priority, because out of him, we are able to be who we are. And number 2 on our list is family.
Yeah. I mean, family is very important to us. Even if, the interesting thing that even the Bible says that if somebody cannot even rule their own household, they can't even take care of the church of God, which is quite interesting. So God, even God himself has placed us in families.
Yes.
And God has mandated us for us to be able to take care of our families. And I think that, no matter how successful you are, if you were never a present husband or a present wife or a present parent, you never had a relationship with your spouse. I mean, you can have all the accolades, have everything in your career, but if you're a horrible husband to your wife, I mean, it doesn't amount to anything. Yeah. It doesn't mean anything. If you never took your family seriously, you never spent time with your children, you never spent time getting to know them, getting to raise them up properly, it never amounts to anything. Every other thing can be wiped away just because of how even you raise your kids or how you even treat your spouse. People will easily forget your achievements. Mm-hmm. Because for every one of us, family is extremely important. So when we talk about God, that's our relationship with God. But then the next thing comes is family. Yes, we have to be able to spend time with our family, make time for our family. Our careers should not come in the way of family. I mean, our hobbies should not disrupt our families. Our friends should not come in the way of our families. We must always put our families first. Spending time bonding, getting to know each other, it's extremely important. Yeah. And it's something that money or any other idea or any other thing should never ever replace. It's a very dangerous way to go.
It really is. I think that especially for us watching, I'm sure a lot of us are young people, and we are so aspirational, and we want a better life for our children, for ourselves, want a better Ghana, want a better Africa, or wherever you're watching us from. You want a better life, and out of that we end up doing a lot of things. to whether I should generate money, to climb up the employment pole, or whatever it is. We are always striving to do more. And when we strive to do more, the more takes our time. The more takes from us. But we have decided that if we're going to give more to that, then we have to also give much more to our family. Because our family is our first ministry.
Yeah.
I was the type of person, I remember before we got married, I told Harry that once I get pregnant, I'm quitting my jobs because I want to be a present mom. I want to be the type of mom that is in my child's life. I want my children to know that mommy was here, daddy was here. I don't want them to feel that I'm absent, a void in their lives, that I couldn't give them a love that I was meant to give that I didn't give. I don't want that on my record. And so because I know that my children and my family was given to me as a gift of God, probably like my first gift that I received, outside of salvation, I have to treasure it. I have to give time to it. And I feel like in our generation, let's be the people who value family. Let's be the type of husband who is present in your family. When you are home, you are home. When you are home, let your children know you're home. Just put down the phone. Just even if it's an hour, devote time for them. Take them out. If you're home as a mother, be home. Put down every single thing. I sometimes intentionally will just leave my phone and just go hang out with my kids. Because I want to take it in. I want to be present. I want to be involved. I want them to know that mommy is here. Let's devote our lives to that. Let's devote our lives to our families. And I think that that's a responsibility that God has placed in us, regardless of the type of life and the type of things that we are chasing. Let's not trade our family for it. Because, babe, you know that with everything that we chase, there's something that we are trading.
Yeah.
It's either and the two most important things we trade, God and family.
Yeah.
Because we tend to say, oh, God, even though God gave me this job, now I'm going to use that same job to say, God, I'm so busy that I can't devote time to you. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
We should never do that. And for our family, my husband is always here, my wife is always here, my children are always there, they're not going anywhere, so I can go and come back. No. Those are the two things that we must hold on to, that we must treasure, we must protect, we must be involved. Because when it's all said and done, when you're done chasing all your money and all your riches and your promotions, guess who is home waiting for you?
Yeah.
When you fall and you're depressed, guess who is always there waiting for you? So we must be able to give our attention to God, family, and what's next?
To God, family, and then we believe serving in church, / your career, all this can come together. Yeah. Because if you have that relationship with God, then you can also easily serve Him and make time to serve Him. And then also your career, all coming that together. For us, we are pastors. So, of course, our relationship with God is important. And then our family, and then our work for God. So our work for God doesn't replace our family. It's very important that even with all the things that we have to juggle, that we still make time for family. After that, then we serving God, and then also pursuing our careers and the various things that we do also comes as well. So that is very important for us, and I think that it's a good balance that you can have. Not a balance of equals, but a balance of priorities. And I think that if we develop it, that will also help us as well.
Let me just ship this in. For the career people, I also have a 9 to 5, and I'm also a pastor, and I work in church as well. So usually, not usually, you must serve in church, guys. You must put serving in church as something that is also a priority to you. Because we must be able to serve our community. You serve your office, and that is great, but you must also learn to serve God. Be an usher, be in traffic control, Do something in church, serve in church, give your time, give your resources, give what you have in service to God. It's also part of what we are called to do as Christians. So we pray that this has been a blessing to you. However you want to structure your hierarchy, just do that, but just know that you cannot achieve balance. And I should probably say this before we bring this to a close, that one of the importance, in addition to all that we said, to the hierarchy system is that when it's in a hierarchy, you can now detect when something is out of order.
Yeah.
So because when it's all balanced, everything is taking the same amount of time, the same amount of resources. So when something is out of order, you can't really tell. But if God is at the top of your list and you have your family, when you can easily realize that, I'm not spending time with my family. And that is on my hierarchy, it's top up there. So I must think about how I'm going to do that. I'm not actually reading my Bible, praying, spending time in worship with God, talking to God, meditating on the word. I'm not doing that as often as I used to do. You can easily find that out because it's not on the same level with other things. Mm-hmm. So that also helps us to put our lives in check and to realize that, okay, something's out of balance, something is out of place. How do I put it back into place? So we hope it's been a blessing to you. We hope that it's something that you adopt in your life as a single person, in your life as a couple, or in whatever life you're living. So we'll see you guys next time, God willing. Have a good weekend. Love you guys. Bye.